Hello, welcome back to my channel. I almost said good morning. It is not morning. All right. It might not be morning, but we are talking about the morning today. I'm going to be sharing with you, well, first of all, that was rude. Let me introduce myself. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Haley Cairo. I make lifestyle and productivity videos here on YouTube, mixed in with some wellness, some home reno, a little bit of everything. If you like planning and home decor and recipes and well-being and fitness, this channel definitely has something for you guys, and I would love to have you subscribe and follow along on Instagram and TikTok. I'm working on it, okay? I'm not the best TikToker, but we're getting there. If you guys saw this vlog, I lost my job this year. I got a new job, and this is the first time I'm working corporately. I worked for Real Simple last year, which was still a remote position, so I never actually went into the HQ. This time, I'm gonna be a hybrid employee, which is really exciting because I feel like all of my efforts leading up to this and experience have gotten me to be able to work for a company like this, and I'm really excited to share kind of some new content with you guys. And I'm thinking, we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this, but I'm thinking we're gonna do like country to corporate, or like corporate in the country, because I live in the country and I'm driving into the city for work, so it's gonna be like a whole thing. Today we are talking about 5 ways to make your morning more productive, and let me tell you, my mornings are about to be a whole lot more productive because they are going to be changing once my job starts on Tuesday, which is in like 2 days. Sick. I'm not nervous. So these are 5 things that I have implemented this past year that I was like, you know, I really need to share this because they've been really defining in the overall productivity of myself, but also just the flow of our home. And those things are really important. So number 1 is I never go to bed with a messy kitchen. Like literally, no matter what, I make sure that the kitchen is clean. I don't care if I'm falling asleep on the couch and I haven't cleaned the coffee pot out. I'm gonna do it. And the reason the coffee pot gets used later in the afternoon is because Kyle has it before he goes into work. So our coffee pot's just, it's constantly being used. My grandmother taught me this trick, and it really makes a huge difference when you come downstairs in the morning to a clean kitchen. There is something so calming about it, and just the mental clarity that it gives me because I'm not looking at flippin' mess on the counters. And when there were times when I would allow, you know, either things to be on the counters, or I would forget to do the coffee pot, or the dishes needed to be unloaded, whatever, it just would throw me off in the morning, and I couldn't just like ease into it and get right to the things that were important to me. I had to deal with that. Now I know it can be hard if you have kids, if you have a busy schedule, you don't get home, you know, until 7:30 at night, and you still have to cook dinner and eat and wind down, and then, you know, the kitchen is whatever. I would encourage you guys to start implementing just a little bit, even if you take 5 minutes to put things away on the counter. If you need to get a basket system because you don't feel like you have the time or the energy to put everything away in a certain spot, just have a little basket you tuck away maybe somewhere where you can just throw all the things in there and then deal with it when you have the time. But just to kind of give your counters a break, make sure that you can load the dishwasher. And the reason I always am able to load the dishwasher in the evening time is because I make time in the morning to unload it. That is like another non-negotiable, and that is another thing that my grandmother taught me. And we're gonna start using this hashtag non-negotiable because she's my non, and that's her name, and that's what we call her, and she has the best routines, the best tips and tricks ever, so it's a non-negotiable. So thank you, Nani. So it is credit to her that I have this routine down, so this was in honor of Non. So the 3 things that I do before going to bed: I put everything away that's on the counters, I make sure that the coffee pot is clean and ready for the next morning, the dishes are in the dishwasher and I'm running the dishwasher, and then I wipe down the counters, make it look nice and sparkly, and I go to bed. Right after dinner, this has been something that I also really like to do, and it is the sticky note system. I like to put away all of my belongings, like I said. Similarly to the kitchen, I make sure that my workspace for the next day is ready to go. Now, if you don't work from home and everything is just at work, maybe this doesn't apply to you, but make sure that your bag is packed. You don't have any like planners and notebooks scattered around. Have your bag ready to go. For me, I sometimes work at the dining room table, and I have a tendency of just kind of leaving my work everywhere. So I've gotten into the habit of tidying up that space so it's nice and clean, ready for me the next day. I put my planners away, but I leave out a sticky note. It can be any sticky note. I don't care the color. You just need a sticky note and a pen. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, you don't necessarily want to just dive into your planner. It can be a little overwhelming, in my opinion, to look at a planner first thing in the morning because there's typically a lot going on. You might have appointments and to-do lists, reminders, a meal plan. Like there might be a lot of information to look at and to really process. And sometimes you just need like 3 to 5 things, the low-hanging fruit, the things that you can tackle right away to make you feel like you're off to a great start, like your day is super productive. And so this has really helped me because I don't wake up and think like, all right, what do I need to do first thing? And I don't have that like mental clutter conversation in my head. I get my coffee, and there's a sticky note on my table with the 3 to 5 things I need to do that morning. Sometimes it's the 3 to 5 things I need to do that day. Just kind of depends on the day for me. But I do that in the evening before I really wind down, so that way it also kind of clears it out of my brain and I can go to sleep with a clear conscience. The third trick is to habit stack. This is one of my favorite tricks to be more productive. Now, I'm not a huge fan of multitasking because that usually means that your bandwidth's like all over the place. So you've got multiple tabs open and you're not doing anything at 100%. You're kind of like 20% here, 50% here, like et cetera, et cetera. There is a way to passively multitask. And again, this might depend on your situation with work and what you do. If you work from home, this is definitely easier to do in my opinion. But for example, to get some movement in, I love to answer emails on my walking desk or my treadmill. If you don't have one of those, you can do it if you go to the gym and you're doing cardio. If cardio isn't your thing, that's okay. You don't have to, but it is also just a nice little thing to get in the habit of doing, is a little bit of movement every day. So I will do emails, I'll write Instagram posts, I'll respond to text messages while I'm walking on the treadmill, doing cardio, something like that. I also like to create basically like an alert. Now this took some time, but when you have repetition and you do it multiple times, eventually it becomes a habit. So what I started doing was associating certain times of the day and certain tasks with other tasks. So for example, in the morning when I wake up, I usually make Kyle breakfast when he's getting off of work. And I just kind of associate that time of the day now with throwing in a load of laundry and unloading the dishwasher. It takes 2 household things off of my plate for the day so I don't have to schedule them. I'm not sitting there, later and having to be like, oh shoot, we're gonna have dinner and I didn't unload the dishwasher and then we're gonna be backed up and have dishes in the sink. No, I do it in the morning, and the reason I do it in the morning is because I ran it the night before, and so I just have certain things that I try to make non-negotiables. And again, it didn't happen overnight. I had to keep reminding myself. I put it in my planner, and now it's just something that I associate those tasks and times of day with. Making breakfast in the morning, my coffee's going, I'm unloading the dishwasher, and before I head out to the gym, I throw a load of wash in. I would recommend taking some time to think about where some areas in your life that maybe tend to get backed up, where you would love to just kind of be able to check those boxes and figure out times in your day where you could possibly make that happen. To get started, you could also implement the 10-minute tidy rule. I just set an alarm on my phone. It's usually at 4:30 p.m. and I just 10 minutes, it goes off. I'm like, all right, I gotta go do something. It could be folding laundry, it could be vacuuming, it could be straightening up the living room because we usually have 10 million blankets everywhere. But it's just a great kind of alert for me to be like, you know what? Things don't have to be done in massive chunks. You only need to think about your day sometimes in minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can get so much more done by just breaking it up into smaller chunks. This one I'm sure you have heard before, but lay your clothes out the night before. I like to take this a step further, and I like to have a uniform. So this year it'll be changing for me a little bit because I work 2 days in the office and 2 days from home. But even on those days when I work from home, I have a set uniform. I like to be comfortable, but still put together. It makes me more productive. So first thing in the morning, instead of staying in comfy clothes like pajamas, which usually makes me want to sit on the couch and watch YouTube while I have my coffee, I will put on leggings and a sweater and some cute like Fair Isle socks because it's winter time and your girl loves Fair Isle socks. And I just feel a little bit better first thing in the morning. 6 a.m., I'm good to go. I'm ready to sit at my desk and like have my coffee and do all those things. And then it also just simplifies my day. I know what I'm wearing. I know what I'm going to put on after the gym. I know what I'm going to wear going into the office. So those are just things I don't have to think about. There are tons of examples of like capsule wardrobes here on YouTube. I personally don't have a capsule wardrobe. However, I do kind of have a uniform that I like to stick to for my work week. So that way things are just simple single and I don't have a lot of decisions. Decisions can be the downfall of productivity. You don't want to have to make extra decisions. They waste time. So have a nice little uniform that you can just easy peasy every day. This last tip is also super simple, but it's like one of those things where it's so simple it's hard. Get in the habit of putting your phone on do not disturb. iPhone has so many great modes now. They've got like a focus mode for driving and one for work and one for sleep, and you can set little automatic response to people if they call or text you, and I just feel like it's a great thing to get in the habit of. I am so much more productive when I am not checking my phone first thing in the morning, and I pretty much leave it off until work starts at 9 a.m. So those are 5 things that you guys can try to implement in your morning routine to help you be more productive, go into your day with ease and feel at peace, less clutter, less chaos. So that way you just have a better overall work week, school week, week as a mom or dad, whatever it is that you do. I want you guys to have the best week, the best morning. And if you guys implement these tips, let me know. I'd love to get conversations going on Instagram, over on stories. You guys like to share your planners with me and your vision boards, which we've been doing this week, and that's always really fun for me during the new year. I love seeing those. But if you guys haven't followed along on or subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you guys stick around, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, and then you guys can come over to our Instagram community and have an awesome time over there as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm excited about New Year's and just us having a great, productive, healthy, happy year. I hope you're well, and I will see you in the next video.